Question 10, how has text messaging affected social activism? I found a particular study uploaded by Innocent Chulua at the University of Ogun State in Nigeria. They talk about text messaging and social protests and how it has helped mobilize and transform the vastness and connectiveness between people who protest and people who are involved in civic engagement, such as activism, protests, marches, etc. The fast mobilization definitely has aided in how people get together and how people understand what they're standing for. The other source that I have is from Wired.com, and it's a man that talks mostly about Black Lives Matter, but he says any large social movement is shaped by the technology available to it and tailors its goals, tactics, and rhetoric to the media of its times. On the afternoon of Sunday, March 7th in 1965, when voting rights marchers in Selma, Alabama were run down by policemen, the WATS lines were in heavy use, the WATS lines. And so nowadays you'll get text messages. You're in a group text, you're in a mass text. There's websites that send text messages that, you can enter thousands of numbers into and everyone gets a text message at the same time. Think OU alerts. And so they say, an area is unsafe. I feel like text messaging has aided social activism in its fastness, its responsiveness, and its ability to gather in a uniform manner, to get information out quickly. I kind of think back to a class I took with Olga Farley. It was about women in sports, and we talked a lot about the early days of women's rights and how they stood outside of the president's house and protested, and how they gathered and people heard about it. And that was because either people talked face to face or they watched it on the television, and you had to wait till the evening to watch the television. So imagine how much slower our things would go today if we had to wait for the evening news or wait for the phone call from a friend from across the country. Text messaging just gives us the speed and the connectability that we need to create intentional, very intentional social activism.